media.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. It's been a crazy, crazy week when it comes to politics, when it comes to corruption that's going on within the government. Of course, we launched a video earlier this week talking about the Auditor General and her claim that McKinsey had been receiving millions in handouts favorably from the Trudeau government, that, again, this was not needed, that it was highly irregular, that it was corrupt, that it was fraud. Again, my question during that time, where are the arrests? Where are the charges? But now we've seen foreign interference come to the fray, and we're being told that mass foreign interference is happening. We know that it's part of the political equation. We know that foreign interference plays a huge, huge role in our elections. When you look at the censorship that's going on in the United States right now, headed into their next election later this year, and now going into Canada's next year, the question is how much are we going to see in Canada's election? How easy is it going to be for people like Justin Trudeau to sway and win another election merely by shenanigans, so to speak, when you get involved with these levels of foreign interference? Now, again, where are the arrests? Where's the lists? Before I get into this video, I just want to show CCFR's tweet saying Canadians want answers. Name them. Name the traitors. They refuse to put out the list. The Liberal Party is imploding. It's imploding because this, I think, is bigger than any other scandal we've seen. It at least takes the cake when it comes to things like we have never seen this level of exposure when it comes to the corruption of the government, when it comes to foreign interference. We've known it's a part of things. I'm not saying it hasn't existed before this, but it's never been exposed at this level. And of course, the broken RCMP coming forward saying, even though there's an open investigation into widespread corruption and foreign interferences, they won't release names of suspected MPs. And even if they did, there's no point because it's nearly impossible to lay charges. What kind of BS is this? I mean, that's the one thing I've been saying from the start when it comes to McKinsey, when it comes to Arrive scam, when it comes to everything. Where are the arrests? Why don't we see arrests? What's with this political immunity that seems to go on? If I file my taxes and I make incorrect statements, ladies and gentlemen, I go to jail. I go to jail. Why are the government allowed to destroy our democracy and get away with it? It just doesn't seem right. We need something to change. Something's got to give. Let's take a listen to what's being said.
Minister, this is about as serious as it gets, that we have members of Parliament working for hostile foreign states. You won't release the names.
Conservative MPs were doing their best to convince Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc to divulge the names of elected officials that a watchdog all-party committee of MPs said wittingly colluded with foreign powers.
Now, again, this isn't just they're saying it. We know they are. We know there's a list. We know there's, again, you remember Pierre Poilievre with his phone book-sized file that he had when he talked about lab leaks, when he talked about all of this stuff ages ago, Han Dong, all these things going on with interference. This country's in a huge, huge state of emergency. Or should be. This is big. Like, we're being destroyed from the inside.
Places a cloud of suspicion over every single member of the House.
But LeBlanc refused to provide the names, saying, among other things, that the intelligence that identified those elected officials might be flawed.
So the idea that there's a perfect list of names that is entirely reliable that should be released to the public is simply irresponsible.
Or the names might have surfaced from foreign sources who place restrictions or caveats on how intelligence might be used.
And so often it's not able to be revealed publicly because of caveats and an inability to use that in some of our judicial processes.
And yet, if those individuals remain nameless, and if there is no sanction for their alleged activity, foreign state actors are likely to continue interference activities.
One of the most important elements for foreign actors is when they look at us, and if they see there's not enough consequences for their activities, they will be emboldened to do more.
In fact, CSIS and the RCMP said today that even if these elected officials could be publicly identified, current laws on colluding with foreign governments would make it almost impossible to charge them.
It's very funny to see David Aiken chiming in on this, seeing as he's such a leftist shill. And again, I know this clip comes from Global News, but it highlights the biggest important thing when I talk about this being a major event in what our country is going to battle moving forward. Whenever we post online, whenever YouTube guys like me put out these videos, whenever content creators are talking about these issues, whenever Twitter is ablaze with these things, it's always drowned out as a conspiracy theory. It's told that it's misinformation. But anytime the mainstream news starts covering these events, that's huge. That's when you know they don't have a choice. Things are blowing up. Things are worse than they seem. They can't cover these things up. This is a major problem. The biggest thing discussed here that should anger every Canadian is, again, they're saying, well, we don't want to release names. It's not as simple as a list. Why isn't the government using our tax dollars to investigate then who is legitimately a risk and pressing charges? Those who are compromised, removing them from office. Am I the only one that sees a problem here? Oh, don't worry, everybody. The government's going to investigate the government, and the government's going to discover that they did nothing wrong. That's always what seems to be the case. But here again, Canada showing us won't commit to barring MPs guilty of treason from the next election. Well, why not? They're compromised. Our system is compromised. If you care about Canada, if you care about the code of law, you can't continue to compromise the country. This is where I say the Liberal Party's imploding. You'll see in this video how nervous Freeland is. It's not just the twitchy witchy of the WEF. They're imploding. They are like, look at Anand over here with her little face. Like, just let's all stick to our leftist woke policy. They're done. They're done. The media, the public, their critics, the conservatives, they're all going to be pushing now. We've seen Pierre Poilievre calling for arrests. Where are they? What's it going to take for people to have to answer to the law?
Do you believe that the MPs who collaborated with the foreign powers should be excluded from the nomination process for the next election?
The Minister of Public Safety has been at committee today and answered questions extensively on the report. Our government takes foreign interference very seriously, and law enforcement is working hard on this issue as well.
So, no, first off, you don't take it seriously, because if you did, you'd be investigating every single MP, you'd be exposing every single MP, you'd be firing and charging every single corrupt MP. And the reason they're not doing it is because they're corrupt themselves. We know that. We all know that. We'll call a spade a spade. You can see Marty up north here posting treason, 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 treason. We should be doing this on all social media platforms. This needs to be the next viral thing. I think this is definitely where we need to go moving forward. Now, even friends of the channel like Tamara Leach have tweeted out, let me be clear. We know we have sitting MPs colluding with foreign entities who did not have Canada's best interests at heart. We know we have sitting MPs who were passing spying information about other MPs to these foreign entities. Let's bring up the whole tweet. We know there are traitors in our once honorable and sacred institutions. Rather than have them immediately removed, they will get up and go to work tomorrow, be able to access critical and classified information about our beloved country. Again, think about the lab leak. They will still receive their taxpayer-funded exorbitant salaries and have all of their expenses covered on your dime, all while pretending that they haven't committed the most egregious crimes against the Canadian people. That would be you. If you so much as got caught lying to your employer or stealing from your employer, you would immediately be walked out the door. Not only that, Tamara, you'd be charged. You would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Of course, hashtag we were right, hashtag dissolve Parliament now. Now, I'm not going to play this clip because Freeland, again, twitching around saying the same usual things, but she's saying them in French. But even Lion Advocacy, so it's official, the Canadian government is literally on the run, chased out of the room by the mainstream media. Interesting times. Probably a good idea to call an election at GG Canada. This is nuts. The Liberal Party is imploding. This is over. It's over for them. I know people say it all the time, and people are going to say it in the comment. I'm so sick of that word. I get it. But they're on the run. This is going, even if, when I say it's over, even if this follows them into the next election, which it will, this isn't going to go away. This is going to be on every Canadian's mind moving into that election. And ladies and gentlemen, this story is only going to get larger as we move into the summer, as these candidates start touring the country, talking about why they deserve your vote in next year's election. This is a massive, massive problem. And as the information comes out, we know the Conservatives are going to bring out information. We know more information is going to come to light. This channel will be covering those things. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the Liberals are imploding? Do you see how nervous Freeland was when she was talking? Just giving the usual talking points, but you can see and listen to her voice. She is breaking. They're nervous as hell. This is the beginning of the end for them. And I would hope from a legal standpoint, I know, again, my perception is that no charges will continue to come forward. We won't see any kind of prosecution, but I would, in a perfect world, hope at some point something breaks through. The RCMP aren't going to do anything. Something needs to be done somewhere. Let me know what you think needs to be done in the comments below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Don't forget to check the subscribe box down below and join our large Fringe majority here on the channel, and click your bell for notifications to join us live every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel for Friday Night Fringe, where we go over everything that's happened this week in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, and some back and forth within our community. It's always great to hear what you guys have to say outside of making these videos. And boy, they're going to keep piling in. They're going to continue. And I look forward to bringing each and every one to you as this continues to grow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.